Hello friends, we are back with another Christmas in July DIY video for you, and I am super excited to share these DIYs. Hello, my name is Justina, and here I like to make, create, and inspire fun art things with you through my DIYs that have an artistic twist. And in today's video, there is plenty of artistic twists that have to do with gingerbread. If you like the gingerbread man theme, this DIY video is perfect for you. But before we get started, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you do that today. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free, but don't forget to hit the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you every time I upload a new video. Plus, we would love to have you here, part of our virtual art family. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here and clicking on today's video. I really do appreciate each and every one of you being here, but don't forget to do all of the YouTubey things down below, which is like, comment, and share it to at least one friend. It really does help out my channel. Now, with all that being said, let's just jump right into it and let's art today. For our first DIY, I have this Dollar Tree felt ornament kit. It is $1.25, at least it was when I purchased it last year. I do have a couple of them and I still didn't know what to do with it last year, but with this year, I decided I am finally going to use it. I took it out of the package and it does come with the whole kit for it, so you can add the eyes, the mouth, the little squiggles on the side, and also some buttons, but I decided I wasn't going to use all of that. So the first thing I wanted to do was get a piece of foam that I just have around my house, but you can always purchase Dollar Tree's foam board, remove the paper, and then just use the foam if you want to do it that way. But I just have this lying around my house. I placed that gingerbread felt character right on top of the foam, and I'm taking a marker and I'm outlining it. It's more of a stencil for this DIY because I just love the size of it, but it wasn't thick enough for me, so I decided to use foam. You don't always have to use foam. You can also use some cardboard. After I have it all traced out, I am going to cut it, and when I cut my foam, I like to use my wood heating gun here, or tool. It really makes the foam edges nice and smooth instead of using an X-Acto knife, because this type of foam, it tends to break away easily and all of that foam, little pieces, get everywhere. I do have my window open, my fan going, and I'm in a well ventilated room, so I do take all of the safety precautions doing it this way. So I'm just taking my time and I am outlining my gingerbread man with my heating tool, making sure to get as closely to those lines as possible, but I am going very slow. However, this video is sped up, so it looks like I'm going fast, but I am taking my time and making sure to outline the whole gingerbread. After I get all of my pieces lined up or cut out, I started to remove the foam away from it, and we have our little gingerbread man nice and cut out. I did make two of them because I wanted two different styles. So with each one of my gingerbread, I am going to paint it. Now this is optional. You don't have to paint yours. You can always hot glue that felt foam that we used as a stencil right on top of this and maybe paint the outer edges. However, I just wanted to paint mine because I still wanted to use my felt piece maybe for a different DIY. I mixed up a couple of different browns in acrylic paint and I'm just adding it right on top, and I did have to give it a couple of coats to really make sure everything was covered. Now here are the little kit that came with it, and at first I was going to use those pieces, but then I decided not to because one of the eyes wasn't fully cut in a circle, so then I just used the mouth of it. To attach the mouth, I am using my hot glue gun and placing it where the mouth should be. Now to add the other features, I am going to use acrylic paint, but the first thing I needed to do was to draw where they were going to be painted in. And I am just using a Sharpie marker for that. This will help guide me so that I don't go too crazy and have them all wonky looking. This kind of gives me an idea so that each one looks symmetrical. Then I'm going to add my acrylic paint right in, and I am using black so that it matches the mouth. Now I could have also painted on the mouth, but this just made it a little bit easier. After I was done with the mouth, I did want to add buttons, and I am using some red acrylic paint for this, and I do have to give everything about a couple of coats to really make sure that it was nice and opaque. Now for added detail and texture, I took some lightweight spackling, put it in a piping bag with a piping tip, and I'm piping on the icing of our little gingerbread here. I'm just making little squiggles by the arms and the legs, going in a zigzag motion to make it look a little bit more whimsical. Now some of it wanted to come off of the foam, but all you need to do is press it back down and it will adhere to the foam pieces. After I was done with the outer edges, I wanted to add a little bit more to the buttons just for added detail, and then lastly I'm adding some of these sprinkles that look like peppermint. Then I just placed that one to the side because we did make two. Now this one I wanted to look a little bit different, so I added more of my lightweight spackling into a piping bag, and this time I'm outlining my gingerbread man here. I wanted it to look like a piped cookie, so that is what I'm doing with the spackling, and I'm trying to make sure I go really slow, and anything that pops off or is not looking right, you can always just fix it with your finger. Now Dollar Tree does carry lightweight spackling, but if you do not have any on hand, you can always use some puffy paint or even acrylic paint and just outline the outer edges to get the same look. Next, I am piping on the face with the same spackling, and I'm trying to make it as symmetrical as possible, but this one was a little bit hard. And then lastly, I'm adding those little squiggles on the arms and the legs, still using my spackling. I like to use lightweight spackling because it mimics frosting and it dries really quickly. Another option too could be using some caulk from Dollar Tree. I've done that a couple of times as well. Lastly, I did add those buttons right on top, and then I added different peppermints to that one, and then I also added some sprinkles to the buttons only, pressed it in, and then place it to the side to dry, and that completes our first DIYs. Here is how our gingerbread men turned out. I absolutely love it, but I can't tell which one is more of my favorite. I'm kind of leaning towards the one that looks like it's all piped on with the lightweight spackling, but I would love to know which one was your favorite down in the comments section below. Moving right into our next DIY, I have a blank canvas. This canvas is 16 by 20 inches. It's very large, but you don't have to use as large of a canvas that I'm using. Now I'm going to cover it in this beautiful bluish teal color, and I do give it a couple of coats of that paint. This is a basic acrylic paint in Apple Barrel. You can find this at pretty much any crafting store and or Walmart. I am just laying it right onto my canvas as you see, and I'm taking a really large paintbrush and spreading it out. Then I will wait for that to completely dry. I do have some of these foam sheets from Dollar Tree. 12 come in a pack, and that is such a great deal because there's so many DIYs that you can make with these little foam sheets. But I'm just taking a few out, and I'm just going to lay it right onto my canvas. These are also going to be used as stencils. These will help me get an idea of how many can fit onto my canvas. And for this size of a canvas, I was able to fit 5 of them nicely onto the canvas. Now I didn't have a pattern, I didn't have a right or wrong way. I just laid them out and placed them in all different directions, and when I had enough on there and I liked the way it looked, I then took a pencil and started sketching around those foam pieces. Once again, that is totally optional. If you just want to hot glue these foam pieces onto your canvas, you can do that as well, but I really just wanted to paint everything onto my canvas canvas because I really enjoy painting. After I have all of my gingerbread men sketched onto my canvas, I'm taking a Posca paint marker in the color brown, and I am going to outline all of the pencil marks that we have made onto the canvas. This will just give me a better idea of where they were laid down, and that way my pencil markings won't smear onto my canvas. Dollar Tree also carries canvases. If you are unaware of that, they come in various sizes. After I have all of my gingerbread outlined again, I'm just taking a bottle, and this is just Mod Podge, and I'm using it as a stencil also just to get those perfect circles, and I'm making those all over my canvas. I also took a smaller bottle and did smaller circles as you see here. Next, it's time to start painting everything in. So once again, I'm going in with my Apple Barrel acrylic paint. This is just basic acrylic paint, and I'm starting to fill in our gingerbread. Now, since Apple Barrel tends to be a little bit transparent, you are going to need multiple layers to really make sure that it looks opaque and none of those streaky marks are left. You can always use a chalk paint as well, or if you have more professional paint, you can do that too. I just like to use Apple Barrel in my DIYs because it's more accessible to most people, and you can still make beautiful art with it. After we have all of our gingerbread men filled in, it is now time to work on the little circles that we've created. I am now painting my circles in using my chalk paint Waverly in the color Snow White. Now, the reason why I'm using chalk paint first is because, like I mentioned before, Apple Barrel paint is very transparent, especially the white. So I like to lay a layer of the chalk paint down first, and then I will add the acrylic paint right on top of it to really make it pop, and I don't have to use as much layers. Next, it's time to make our circles into peppermint candies. And as you see here, I'm just using red acrylic paint, and then I'm making these curved lines almost in these curved triangles. And once I had enough in, I start filling in every other one with the acrylic paint. Now, I do once again have to do multiple layers to really make it opaque, and then I decided I didn't want all of them to be just the red peppermint. I also wanted some green, so here I am with green acrylic paint, once again making those curved lines, and then I will fill it in. Now, they're not all perfect, but I think that's what makes it more whimsical and unique looking and really makes it your own painting. Remember, these are all suggestions. You can always make your painting look completely different if you want to. Lastly, instead of just it being red and green peppermints, I also wanted to add both red and green into this last peppermint. So every other one I'm adding a red and green and completing the circle that way, still using those curvature lines to make it look like a peppermint. I did the same thing for the smaller circles, but instead of it all looking like the same peppermint, I added some swirls as well. Now it's time to decorate our gingerbread men. Since they had a couple of coats and they had time to completely dry, I'm first adding on the buttons with some acrylic paint in red and green. I did add a third button because I just felt like it was missing something. Now for the frosting of our gingerbread men, I decided to use a Posca paint marker, but you can always use some paint and a paintbrush. I just thought this would be easier to really get those thin lines, and then I finished the face with the marker also. Lastly, I wanted to add some sprinkles all over our background, and these are all of the colors that I'm using. To add on my sprinkles, I'm just making these really skinny ovals everywhere, and I'm trying to place them sporadically so it looks like the sprinkles just fell on the canvas. And that completes this DIY. Here is how my painting turned out. I absolutely love this. This was really fun to make. I really took my time. This did take a couple of hours, but I absolutely love the outcome. Now you can hang it vertically or horizontal. It still looks amazing, and I just absolutely love this DIY. For our next DIY, you're going to need a frame. I just had this one lying around. I really can't remember where it's from, but if I had to take a guess, I would say Dollar Tree. Now, I need a backing for my frame, and I have some scrapbooking paper. I love this one because it kind of looks like it's galvanized, and it has a bunch of peppermints on it, which is perfect for our gingerbread DIY themed video. I am placing the frame right on top of our scrapbooking paper, taking a Sharpie marker, and I'm tracing it out so I know where to cut. I then take a pair of scissors and cut it out where I marked the paper. Next, I have one of those foam sheets of gingerbread, and I'm using some pink puffy paint. You can use whatever puffy paint you like, but I just had this pink one, and I am now placing it onto a paper towel because sometimes these puffy paints tend to explode because all of the air rushes down when you shake it up. I am outlining my little gingerbread man here with the puffy paint to look like pink frosting, just to give it an extra layer of detail. I am taking my time and making sure to get as closely to the edge as possible, but not really touching the edge. Now, this DIY was made really late, so I was kind of rushing through it. However, I still think it's pretty cute. I'm adding the 3 little buttons with that puffy paint, and then the little squiggly frosting outline on the arms and the legs. I will also use that same puffy paint to create the face, and this is where I rushed a little bit too much into it because the eyes kind of look a little bit droopy, but it gives it a different character look. Lastly, I just wanted to add the bow right on top of the head, so I guess this little gingerbread man turned into a little gingerbread girl, which is still adorable. After I laid it on, I pressed down firmly so that it will hold. We needed to add the backing to the frame, and to do so, I'm just using my hot glue gun, adding little beads of hot glue onto the frame, and then I will place my scrapbooking paper right on top, push down so everything has time to adhere to one another. Then I will flip it back over and we have our little backing. Now you can always add something more sturdy like some cardboard on the back of yours, or if you have the backing of your frame, you can add that also. I did not, and plus since this is just going to be a shelf sitter, I wasn't really too worried about it. Now it's time to just add your little gingerbread person right into it, and I'm using my hot glue, but once that was dry, that completes this DIY. Here is how our little gingerbread person shelf sitter turned out. I still liked it even though it looks a little droopy. It is perfect for a kitchen area because it has that galvanized look, but I would love to know what you think about this one down in the comment section below. Alright friends, that completes this round of DIYs for you in the gingerbread theme. I absolutely love all of them. They were really fun to create, and a lot of them really gave me some creative juices flowing for the next video. But as always, I would like to know which one was your favorite down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you subscribe today. All you have to do is click on that big red subscribe button down below. It is totally free, but don't forget to click on the bell notification so that YouTube can always notify you every time I upload a new video. Plus, we would really love to have you here, part of our virtual art family. I am trying to reach 15,000 subscribers by October, so if you can help me out, I would deeply appreciate it. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here and clicking on today's video. Don't forget to do all the YouTubey things down below, which is like, comment, and share it to at least one friend. It really does help out. Remember friends, I do have other socials. All of those links will be down in the description box below. I really enjoyed today's video and I hope you did as well, but as always, I will see you in the next one.